All right. I'm done with music right now. What's up, everybody? How are we doing? Laser. I was going to make that title more depressing, but I didn't want to be labeled as clickbait. I was going to say Myles Garrett leaving Cleveland and just leave it right there. But I didn't want to be labeled as Mr. Clickbait. So, how are we doing this afternoon? AAA, Jix, AAA, Cool Breeze. I see a hey there, but there's no name. So I don't know who that is. No name by your picture. Cheryl, Jeff, how are we doing this late evening today? I was going to wait till Sunday to talk about it, but I figured we'll talk about it now. This is going to be a short stream. Very, very short. I'm not waiting on anybody to get here. I'm not even sharing the stream because what's the point at this point in time? We're 3-10. Nobody even cares anymore. So I'm doing good on this Friday evening. I'm healthy. I'm ready to roll. Christmas time. But Myles Garrett gave us an early Christmas present, and I'm going to tell you why. He's letting it know right now. If you don't fix this problem, I'll fix it for you. That's it. He's not hiding anything. He's not doing it behind your back. He's not, in your face saying, oh, I'm here forever. No matter what, I am here. No. He's saying, hey, I'll stay, but you better get it together. I'm not staying for no 3-4-year-old rebuild, tear it down. First of all, I'm no spring chicken, and I want to win now. I ain't got time for this rebuilding stuff. So he actually did us a favor, ladies and gentlemen. He put the front office on notice. You fix it now. I'm not going to be here because I want to win. I love Cleveland. I love the fans. Don't get me wrong, but I got to do what's best for me. I have given you everything I have. Have you seen the pathetic offense you put on the field this year? We stink. Now, he didn't say it like that. He was more polite in his delivery. He was more polite in his delivery, but that's exactly what he did. And I believe we should be happy that he did this. He didn't just backdoor, oh, trade me now. Get rid of me. He said, hey, I'm going to give you a chance to fix this. What is your plan? When we have the exit interview, what is your plan? What are you going to do to help us out? What are you going to do to make next year, better? Because I'm not sitting here for a 3-win team. This is not what I signed up for. I get triple teamed. I get choke slammed. I get chopped in the throat every single game. And I just go about my business. I've had one misstep in my whole career on the field, and we all know it was helmet gate. That was it. On the field, that's my only misstep in my NFL career. I have done nothing but try my best to help this team win. What are you going to do? Let me know. And I like it. Now, he's been injured. He hasn't always been healthy. I understand that. But he has given effort every single time he steps on that field. He is a top five. What kind of word is that? He is a top 5 Cleveland Brown in history. You don't want to be known as the regime that loses Myles Garrett because you cannot get it together to win football games. You don't want to be known as that regime to lose Myles Garrett. You can pick apart Myles Garrett if you want, but do you think they have the regime to say, well, sir, no, they're not. They can't say anything. They better fix it. And they better fix it fast because you got teams salivating, foaming at the mouth that would take Myles Garrett yesterday at 2:16 p.m. when the pigeons were walking down the sidewalk looking for a piece of Nichols bread. All right? Let's see what we got, chat. Because we love what you have to say, Corey. That's why you share it. Hey, Corey. Wow, some news. Dallas offers Dak and our kicker and third round pick for Myles. Okay, you can have Mike McCarthy also. Thanks for the Christmas present, Myles. I have an idea. If you land in the top 3, you draft Sanders or Ward to start week 1. If you don't, you take Genty if he's there, and then draft Milroe, bring in a vet to start and mentor him. W idea. He sure did put them on notice. I don't blame him. I'm sure a lot of players on the team feel that way. He hasn't been the greatest either. Don't want to hear he's banged up. Everyone is banged up. What? Oh, Jeff, I disagree with that. I disagree. If Myles Garrett had help on the defensive line, do you know how terrorizing he could be? I seen this chart on Twitter of double team rate. Myles Garrett was here on the chart. And the next closest on the chart, you can actually see where my hand is at. It is ridiculous how more he's double teamed than everywhere else. And this is him being being injured as well. His double team rate is astronomical than any other defensive lineman in the NFL. It makes no sense, but that doesn't go into stats. That doesn't go into numbers. So I disagree. Everyone banged up, fine, but not everyone is getting the attention that Myles Garrett gets on the field. You take him off the field. I say him and Denzel Ward. This defense will be absolutely more atrocious than it already is this year. It will be an abomination of the nation of Browns. What does that even mean? I don't know. So I vehemently disagree with that statement. Myles Garrett is more than just numbers for this defense. This defensive line would be pathetic without him in it. What up, Thomas? What up? What is this headline all about? You got to watch the video, Mike. You got to watch the video. Basically, to keep it short and sweet, Mike, he interviewed and he just said, hey, if you guys don't fix this roster, I'm not staying for a rebuild. He doesn't want to stay for a rebuild, and I don't blame him. He said he loves Cleveland. He wants to end his career in Cleveland, but he doesn't want to stay in a 3-4 year rebuild. That's it, and that's all. To put it in a summary for you, to put it in a pretty bow and a pretty package and mail it to you, FedEx, UPS. I'm beefy with Amazon Prime right now, so I'm not saying them. FedEx, go for the win. Can't argue that. I say if we go anywhere, send him to Detroit, their office. I'm not sending him anywhere. Hey, I don't like Detroit anymore, okay? They lost me money in FanDuel. Forget Detroit. They're overrated. I don't like them. Screw them. Man, I miss Joke. Hope he can find this way on the field again. We need him bad. Our run game is atrocious without him hitting the holes. Now, I know how people feel when they lose money on betting. I get it. You start having vendettas against players and against teams. Their whole team. I am done with Detroit. You had one job. Win me money. So how do you guys feel? What do you think the Browns can do to satisfy Myles Garrett? Do you think it's just a quarterback issue? Do you think he is not saying what he really wants to say and he's keeping it in general, not to put anybody on blast? Or do you think he means multiple positions? What do you think Myles is saying without saying it? Do you think it's just the quarterback? Because he did say something about DTR. He said if it's DTR, it's DTR. Or if we go another route, do you think it's just the quarterback? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Sorry, I had to sing that. I just had to sing it. Right, John. Okay, Jonathan, let me switch it. I hate their defense. John, I hate their defense. Let me put it to you that way. You shouldn't over 500 yards and lose. 400 yards, I'm sorry. We need to upgrade O-line. Need a linebacker, another defensive end to start. He said that the powers that be have to come in at the end of the season and tell him what their plan is. If the Super Bowl isn't the plan, he's gone. Well, I think every team's Super Bowl is the plan. It should be. If you're listen, I know people rebuild, but if your plan is not to win the Super Bowl, what are you doing? Like, if a team goes, you know what? We don't even want to win the Super Bowl. That's not in our plans. Our plans is to try to win 2 games. If your plans are not to win the Super Bowl, why are you here? Why? What are you doing? Obviously, we know there are a set couple of teams you could put on your hand who you think can win the Super Bowl, and then there's everybody else, and there's a couple of teams that surprise you as the years go on. But I'm just saying, if you go into the year as an NFL team and from the outset, your goal is not to win the Super Bowl, what are you doing? What is the point? Why are you working in the NFL? Why do you have a job? Why? Now, we don't believe Carolina had a chance, but I guarantee you their goal was to win the Super Bowl. So if they sit in that meeting with Myles Garrett and they go, you know what, Myles, our goal is not to win the Super Bowl next year. We're just trying to win 2 more games than last year. I would fire everybody in the room if that's what they actually said to that man. So I would love to hear that meeting, what they would say to him as far as their plans. Multiple positions have to be fixed. The whole offense needs to rebuild. Don't say rebuild, Jix. We're going to lose them. Don't say rebuild. Jix, don't say rebuild. We're going to lose him. Stay away from rebuild, man. You got to keep rebuild out of the verbiage. We need some help on the O-line and a solid quarterback and someone to counter him on the other edge rush. Kind of sad we got rid of Za'Darius. Go get a couple of elite defenders on the line and go get offensive linemen. I know we talk bad about Conklin. Hasn't been on the field so much, but he's been amazing this year. The best guy on the O-line right now. Both sides of the ball needs fixed, especially the quarterback position. Looks he's leaving. There's too much invested in Watson. We don't have the cap space at this point. Lovey Marie. Whoa. Let me try that again. Lovey Marie. How are you doing? Myles Garrett basically said, fix the roster or I'm leaving. But in a nicer tone, Lovey Marie. He loves Cleveland. He wants to stay in the Cleveland, but he wants to win. He's not here for a rebuild. That's my summary of what Myles said. Lovey Marie. I agree with almost what everybody is saying. I am not disagreeing with anything with any of you were saying. I don't have the answers. I don't know. This is why I'm here. This is why I'm live. I don't have the answers. I seen it pop on my phone. I'm saying, whoa, what's going on? And I thought about waiting until Sunday. But I said, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But I do not blame Myles Garrett. I am not going to sit here and go, how could you? Why are you not loyal to the Browns? You stick through it. No. He should want to win. And Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski and whoever's making the calls, they better fix it and fix it fast. And I agree with Jeff. Everybody thinks that I'm just some guy that roots for the Browns blindly and, you know, every move they make is just the greatest move in the world. No. When they make the moves, I pray they work. I pray they do. And when they don't, crap. The Watson move has not worked. Let's call a spade, a chicken, a headphone. What does that even mean? I don't know. But it has not worked, and it has handcuffed the Browns to do certain things. I believe what they should do at this point. Listen, have you seen Kirk Cousins after his Achilles injury? Have you seen Aaron Rodgers after I can't talk. After his Achilles injury, they're not the same quarterback. Kirk Cousins had a stretch where he threw 0 touchdowns and 8 interceptions, I think over the span of 3 games. And now he has been benched for Michael Penix Jr. Aaron Rodgers. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Now, Watson's not as old as them, I know. But guess what about Watson? He needs his mobility. They are known for throwers of the football. They have arm talent. That's their specialty, especially Aaron Rodgers. Arm talent. They say he's the best thrower of the football in NFL history. Kirk Cousins, pocket passer, arm. His Achilles has affected that. His ability to throw the football, making bad decisions. Let's insert Deshaun Watson. His mobility has already taken a step back from what he was in Houston. And it was a shoulder injury. And his mobility has not been as good. Now, he's going to come off an Achilles injury. Is his shoulders 100%? We don't know. And you want me to believe he's going to be able to recapture a form that we haven't seen yet. I don't think it can happen now. I think that ship has sailed because he needs his mobility to be his best self. He is not a pocket passer. So his Achilles injury is more, what word am I looking for? It's more deficit or punishing or whatever word I'm looking for than Aaron Rodgers and Kirk Cousins because he needs his mobility. Watson posted on Instagram, so that means he's going to take us to a Super Bowl. They're about 50 years old. I'm sorry, Kirk Cousins has never been it, never worth his money. I saw an analyst say Kirk Cousins could come this off. I'll quit. I will quit, Mike. Let me tell you why I don't want Cousins. I have so much respect for him and really want him to get a Super Bowl. He won't do it here. You know why he won't do it here? He's not good anymore. I watched him on the Netflix Quarterback, and I became a fan. I like his family. I like his toughness. I like his grit. But no, now, if he didn't get injured, that'd be a different story. Maybe, just maybe. But nah, I'm good. But I became a fan after I watched him on Netflix. That's no shade at him, the person, but the injury ruined it all for him, in my humble opinion. This is not the Kirk Cousins that was with Kevin Stefanski, 3-4 years ago. That's not the same Kirk Cousins that will be walking in this door if people are saying, let's get Kirk Cousins. That's not the same Kirk Cousins. It's not. But I'm still a fan. That Netflix special made me a fan. What is a flan? A fan of Kirk Cousins. They make too much money to lose every week. And I make no money to be in pain every week. Something's got to give. If their pay was based on their ability, they would shape up real quick. Maybe Watson can't run anymore. Will it work on his arm more? No, he won't. He sucks. Watson's head isn't in it. He was done at the start of the year. I'm late, but my 2 cents, Sam Darnold will be available next season. You know what? Sam Darnold doesn't have his coach. That coach has unlocked Sam Darnold. He better stay in Minnesota. If he leaves Minnesota, he will go back to the old Sam Darnold. That coach has unlocked Sam Darnold. He better stay in Minnesota. That coach is an offensive whisperer. He better stay right there. If he leaves, it's be bad news for Sam Darnold. I don't want to overpay for Sam Darnold. And we don't have money, Django, to even pay Sam Darnold, I don't believe. He is going to make himself a payday. Let's play Myles and QB and run the ball every play. You like him too, Mike? I think that's what you were saying. I don't know. There's got to come a time where we stop depending on the draft and start getting the people we have to where they need to be mentally and physically. You want Josh Allen, trade the whole team for him. Watson's shoulder wasn't even healthy for the start of the season. I don't know why they started him. Give him a Baker deal. Make him prove it. I don't think he's going to go with that, Django. Baker took the Baker deal because he kept getting shipped around. and he wasn't proving it anywhere. We let him go. Carolina let him go. Rams let him go. So he had to take that prove it deal. Right now, I think he's on like a low deal at Minnesota. If he gets Minnesota to, let's say, the NFC Championship game, Django, he's going to want his money. And he's going to want it now. If he gets him that far, he's going to want paid. So I don't think he would even take a Baker deal. Mike, man, listen. Josh Allen, I would say this. When Stephon Diggs went to the Texans, I asked myself, he lost his number one receiver. What's going to happen now with Josh Allen? I think that unlocked Josh Allen. That made him a better quarterback. It made him a better quarterback. That unlocked him. I didn't think he could get better. He got leaps and bounds better as a quarterback. And I think it's because he doesn't have to focus on anybody. When you're that good of a quarterback, which he is, he can just throw to whoever he wants. And then the running aspect he brings to the game is just unbelievable. I'm just like, this dude is amazing. I'm like, elite. If you don't think Josh Allen is elite, I don't know what you are watching. Listen, think about where the Browns are at in the AFC. They've got to get the quarterback fixed out. This is why they gambled on Deshaun Watson. Hate it or hate it. Nobody loves it, okay? Hate it or hate it. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes. You put them four right there. You are in the same conference with those four quarterbacks. And then you got Josh Herbert, CJ Stroud, which is having a little bit of a down year this year. That's six quarterbacks right there. The AFC has all these quarterbacks. The Browns are looking like, yo, we got to find something. And listen, you can say what you want. Baker doesn't sniff any of them. He doesn't sniff their left cleat. He doesn't. And we took Baker over Josh Allen. What were we doing? You can say hindsight's 2020. I understand. That's why they took this gamble. And we failed miserably with that gamble. But that's why they did it. The AFC is stacked with quarterbacks, and they're not going anywhere. Sorry, I'm done. Who is out there to sign, even pretending we could afford them, and Sanderson coming to Cleveland? I'm not sure any other rookies or franchise QBs. Cavs game about to start. Commentate that. At least they will be interesting and more likely to win. Watson isn't mentally or physically there anymore. His heart is in his lawyer's office. I don't know what that means. He doesn't have any more court cases. The Geno deal? He's elite for sure. How did we take Baker over Josh? Let's see if Kaepernick will come to Cleveland. What do we have to do? Do you want Cleveland to burn, Lovey Marie? Do you want Cleveland to burn? They'll start rooting for Watson. Oh, boy. Oh, my gosh. Lovey Marie, I keep saying it. Okay, then let's do the same thing. Watson, trade Judy Tillman Njoku, make him throw the plumbers like the Texans is his last season there. So you're saying he has too many weapons? You think he has too many weapons? Oh, y'all want what? You know what? You guys are on to something. Bring somebody in that may be more hated. They'll have no choice to root for Deshaun. Can we get Josh Dobbs back? I don't want Josh Dobbs back. The last time I seen him, he was playing like a third string quarterback. I'm good. I'm good on Josh Dobbs. He had his moment. Commentating the Cavs. I can't do it. I can't do it. They come on too many late times at night. I got to get up at 5 a.m. I would need West Coast games. I would need substantial, lucrative guarantees for Cav games, even though they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Are you guys thinking finals for the Cavs? Finals? Or do you need to see more? Johnny Football, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. But I don't know, y'all. I don't know what the Browns are going to do, but I do know this. Even though I want them to figure this out, I don't draft a quarterback out of fear. You got to draft out of need and best available. They're going to the finals. All right, I'm going to get on FanDuel. Love Marie said Cavs to the finals. Cam Newton. I think people like Cam Newton. So, I mean, that wouldn't be as bad as far as fans. But I don't think he has it anymore. So, Bucks and Cavs at 7:30. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. Michael Vick, he's too old. I like Michael Vick, though. I'm going to tell you this. Would you guys rather them get somebody in free agency or draft? Because you can't want them to draft next year because that means they're going to suck again. And we can't go 2 years of being hot trash. So would you rather them get somebody in the draft or get somebody in free agency? Which one do you want? Have you seen all the Browns' new stadium lower seats are going to be the closest out of all the stadiums? That is going to be a disaster. Fans will run out in the field and take off the QB's head. Cam's arm is a wet noodle. A wet noodle? A noodle that's wet? Vick's a coach now in the draft. Tom Brady? Listen. If Tom Brady came and coached the Browns, I'm going to need everybody who is in the chat during watch parties to donate $12 every stream because that's his number. In the pain I would have to go through to watch Tom Brady on my football team. It's not going to happen. He's retired. He's happily retired. He's not coming out of retirement. But that would be my pain. That is like having to call a Michigan game and they're not playing Ohio State. Just calling a Michigan game to call it. That is the pain that I would have to be. That is the pain for me for Tom Brady being on the Browns. I'm just saying. I don't know, man. We'll have to see what happens. Do you think DTR is going to show out Sunday? He has a 3-game audition. 3 games to show what he got. Do you think he'll be able to do it? Sunday, 1 o'clock at Cincinnati. Do you think DTR will show something, or do you think this is the end of Dorian Thompson Robinson in Cleveland? It's over. Bye-bye, DTR. Before I get out of here, let me know. What do you think is going to happen? Will he show out? Will he make us think, wait a minute, we're talking all this draft stuff, and we got the quarterback right under our nose? Or is it over after these 3 games? He's not going to show anything that's going to make us go, wow. Honestly, seriously, I'm thinking we need Justin Fields. Bring back OBJ and turn him into the QB. He has some pretty good throws in his career. DTR is done in the land. The entire QB room is going to be revamped next season. You know, Jeffrey Champion, he comes to the watch parties. He doesn't come to any of these off-season streams, but if he does come to the watch party Sunday, you can tell him I said this. I am a man of my word. In case I forget, I didn't know how bad DTR has been when he's been in the games. 1 touchdown, 8 interceptions. That's bad. Now I know he's been thrown in some ragtag situations and all that, but 1 touchdown and 8 interceptions bad. The interception he threw last week was just a bad throw. So he's going to have to put up some points to stay up with Cincinnati. This defense is not going to lock down Cincinnati for 4 quarters, especially if the offense is not getting first downs. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens this Sunday. Make sure you're here. 11:45 will be the pregame. 1 o'clock will be the watch party. We're going to talk about Myles Garrett. We're going to talk about DTR. We're going to talk about Cleveland. We're going to talk about how pathetic this season has been. So, for everybody that showed up on this pop-up live, I appreciate you. For those who didn't show up, I'm going to call every single one of them out on Sunday who is here. I'm calling them out one by one. So it's going to take time. Yeah, but that's what I got for you today. Myles Garrett, I respect it. Put us on notice. Don't just walk out. Give us time. But the Bengals defense sucks. Burrow's balling, and they're not even going to make the playoffs. DTR needs to learn how to throw this guy's throwing 100-mile-an-hour missiles to his receivers above their head. He does throw missiles. Wait, what am I waiting on? Wait, what? You ain't the stream to watch the Cavs game. OHIO, that's right. Buckeyes, listen. Buckeye fans are at a crossroad before I go. Buckeye fans are at a crossroad because I am seeing at least 65% of Buckeye fans want Ryan Day to be fired. They want Ryan Day to be, AAA. Hey, that's why he wanted me to wait. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. $10 donation. Thank you, AAA. The donation train, at least it got started. It got a little startup. Appreciate you, AAA. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Greatly appreciated. I think the Buckeye fans are at a crossroads Saturday. At least 60% of Buckeye fans, 65% want Ryan Day fired expeditiously. So they're at a crossroads. The more games Ryan Day wins from here on out, the less likely he's being fired. So if you want Ryan Day fired, you have to root for Tennessee blowout. That's what you have to do. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't say, I want Ryan Day gone, but I want a championship. You can't have both. You got to pick one. Either you want Ryan Day out of here or you want Ohio State to win it all. You got to pick one. And it's tough. It's tough, right? Because you know, if he wins a title, if he happens, which I don't think is going to happen, by the way, I'm being honest. I don't think it's going to happen. He gets the yips. After I seen the Michigan game, I've lost all faith. I have. Prove me wrong. But if he happens to just pull out something out of his hat, he has a lifetime contract at Ohio State. If you win a championship, you're going nowhere. He's never going to leave. So that's the crossroads that you're at. I'm always going to root for Ohio State. I'm not rooting for them to lose. I am not rooting for them to lose. I want us to win it all. I hate losing. You especially don't want to lose your first playoff game at Ohio State. Are you kidding me? Of course I'm rooting for Ohio State to win the game. I am just saying, you can't have your cake and eat it too. I know. Cake is in your face. How can I not eat it? Who came up with that analogy? I don't know. But I am just saying, if you want Ryan Day gone, you got to root for Tennessee. But that is no guarantee he will be gone either. I'm going with the Buckeyes. I am rooting for the Buckeyes. I'm not going to pray because God has more important things that he is doing than watching a football game, okay? But I am hoping that Ryan Day and Chip Kelly do something, okay? I want to win it all. That's my position. But if we lose and he gets fired, I won't cry about it at all. I won't lose sleep one bit. Oh, Lovey Marie, $5. Holla. Thank you so much. Jeff, $5. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you. But that's what I didn't want to add that before I get out of here.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Now that I've said that, now I am going to head out of here. Go Cavs. Beat the Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee's been kind of hot lately. They won the NBA Cup. Dame Lillard, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Donovan Mitchell, and the crew. At the end of it all, I appreciate you. And that's a bar. I'm out of here. Until next time, it's all love. Peace.